Hi everyone, so I'm not really a hoarder, but I am a keeper. That sounds like a pickup line I just used on myself. Great, cool, glad you're at that point in the evening. For a long time I followed my parents' habits of keeping things just in case, and that is in part from a want not to be wasteful and be really resourceful and use things in different ways. My mother worked for a while restoring objects, so she, I think, is one of the prime examples of people who can make do and mend pretty much anything. And it's a really good thing to do and a really good thing to have, and it's been exciting to see this new wave of that kind of attitude to things going on. But now I'm in this time in my life where I'm trying to live with less and acquire less. It's been interesting to decide about, you know, what it is I keep and what it is I hang on to, especially around periods like this, because I'm one to save newspapers so I can use them for papier-mâché and save I don't know, little cutouts from the free catalogues that I've tried to unsubscribe from many times so I can use them on my wrapping paper. All the extra pine branches from this tree, for example, are on the little random nails all around my home. It doesn't look like a West Elm catalogue so much as it looks like some kind of strange, obscure art installation that didn't quite work, but I love it. So I like having scraps of things to work with. I like knowing that if I'm in emergency need of a ribbon, there's probably one I've saved in a drawer somewhere. Equally, as a person, I like to use through things. I like to complete things. I love that feeling of something being completed. And in my life these days, I feel like it's a bit harder to complete things because the tasks are much bigger and the goals are much broader or more ongoing. For example, incorporating organising and activism into my life is not something that involves a lot of checking things off and being like, job done. It's a different approach to things. And definitely part of growing up and becoming an adult in this world to me has been understanding that a lot of the things that I saw as fixed moments are in fact processes. And it's not about getting to certain stages, but understanding the processes more and understanding where you are along this thing that might not have a beginning or an ending. Just like life and death. If it takes too long to get to death here, I filmed a video with Daniel Layton, which I filmed two actually, when I was in London, and I was, like literally first sentence, death came up. I don't know how, that's the kind of friend I am. Always bringing it to death. Anyway, so one of the things I've been trying to do this year is write a lot, whether it's to little postcards to friends and family or multiple page letters to my grandmother, things like that. Part of it because it's a lovely way to keep in touch, and I think it still feels really special when you receive a letter. I certainly love receiving letters and cards, but also because it's a way to finally use all those little postcards I saved and thought, oh, this person would really love them. This year I'm sending out various kinds of Christmas cards and letters that I've actually just collected over the last few years. I bought these in 2015. It is a little London bus in a snow globe with Big Ben and the London Eye and so on. It just says Merry Christmas. It's one of those Christmas charity cards. I think I bought them in a museum. In support of the NSPCC, Mind, the British Heart Foundation, Marie Curie Cancer Care and Shelter, all charities that I really like and support. Having decided only to use the cards I already have, I did then see these Chewbacca in a Christmas jumper cards, which I absolutely adore, especially because C-3PO is the little reindeer on his sweater. I just really appreciate that about it. And then returning viewers of Vlogmas will recognise these brightly coloured cards that I made with my potato stamps. I gave one of these cards to my granny last year, I think, and she asked me if my 4-year-old nephew had made them. One of my resolutions in 2017 was to write more letters, and it was really helpful knowing that, because then I just made sure I always had lots of stamps around so that the moment I feel ready or like it would be therapeutic to send a letter, or just if someone's having a really hard time and I wanted to send something out to them, then I could do that. So I'm going to go and write some of these to make sure that they get, the ones that are going to the UK and Mexico and so on, get there in time for Christmas, hopefully. Mexico's sometimes a bit of a roll of the dice. My mum's last year sent Christmas cards, they arrived in March. But I would love to hear your thoughts on Christmas cards and keeping things. Before I go, a little shout out. I have made a DIY gift wrapping video on the Penguin Platform channel, which you can find at youtube.com/penguinplatform. I will also link it right here. I basically talk about different styles of gift wrapping, especially on the theme of gift wrapping books. I'll put a link in the description and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.